Russia talks about U.S. anomalies, Washington plays new sanctions. On February 1, Russian ambassador to the U.S. Anatoly Antonov said that Washington is using the conflict in Ukraine to cause strategic defeat for Moscow. Noting that the U.S. generally does not want to resolve the situation in Ukraine diplomatically, Antonov said, "They say unequivocally that they must not stop, must move forward, must continue to equip themselves. Give the Ukrainian army a variety of weapons." Ambassador Antonov also considered it unusual that U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken passed a message to his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov through the intermediary of Egyptian Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry without calling directly. According to the diplomat, Washington is not ready for an equal and mutually respectful conversation with Moscow but wants once again Russia to be politically and economically humble. Regarding Russia-US relations, also on February 1, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Linda Thomas-Greenfield said that Washington and its allies are making efforts to isolate Russia and eliminate Moscow's influence in the United Nations. Country. The United States and its allies have called for reform of the United Nations Security Council to reduce Moscow's influence in the agency, and said that more measures are needed. Bloomberg News Agency quoted Ms. Thomas-Greenfield as saying, "Members against Russia's use of veto power." On the same day, the U.S. imposed sanctions on 22 individuals and entities in many countries that Washington accuses of being involved in the global Moscow sanctions evasion network and supporting the military-industrial complex of Russia. The move comes as Washington seeks to increase pressure on Moscow over its military campaign in Ukraine. The latest U.S. measures target a sanctions evasion network that Washington says is led by Russia and Cyprus arms dealer Igor Zymenkov. The network has been involved in projects related to Russia's defense capabilities, including the delivery of high-tech equipment after Moscow launched its military operation in Ukraine. Sanctioned entities include companies based in Singapore, Cyprus, Bulgaria, and Israel, as well as a number of individuals. Russia has not yet commented on the sanctions.